Welcome to this week's Real Estate Investing Weekly Lesson. My name is Greg Helbeck, and I have bought and sold well over 130 houses, and I've been doing this business for a while. So on these videos, my goal is to share a lesson with you on my journey so you can turn around and you can use it to grow your business or start your business depending on where you're at. So before I get started, if you get value from this video, if you can like the video and subscribe and like the video, subscribe to the channel and like the video, it would mean a lot to me. Sorry for my camera shaking around here. And today I'm going to talk about how I started paying cash for properties. And I'll just give you some context. When I got started in this business, no net worth, no net worth, no liquidity. So I didn't know many people, didn't have any wealth, didn't have any cash, right? Legit broke kid, 20 years old. I will defend myself. I will say that I got a little lucky. I was living with my parents when I was 20 years old. I had no overhead, no responsibility. So it was like the perfect time to start a business because I had really nothing to lose. So anyway, this is how I went from that to being able to legitimately pay cash for properties with my own money. So number one, I started out wholesaling properties, right? So I didn't start buying houses and taking them down. I was wholesaling properties, and I was basically assigning contracts and doing double closing with other people's money. So I was able to start doing that, somewhat infrequently, maybe every couple, months I would do a deal. And then after a few years, I started consistently wholesaling properties, like doing multiple deals per month where I was assigning contracts or double closing with someone else's money. And I was able to save a lot of that money, pretty much most of it. I was able to save that money and put it in the bank, put it in the bank, put it in the bank, take the money, put it in the bank, take the money, put it in the bank, take the money, put it in the bank. While I was doing that, I was getting a ton of experience. I was understanding what a deal is. I was understanding how to buy deals virtually. I was understanding what makes a deal make sense and what makes a deal not make sense. And obviously the answer is you got to get it cheap and it's got to be in a good market. That's the truth. And I was saving this money and getting this experience. I was saving the money and getting this experience. And I was stacking that up month after month after month after month after month. And then after some time, I had some cash in the bank. I was like, holy shit, I'm like what these gurus say. You'll eventually have some money and you can start buying property. So I remember the first deal we did, the first house I ever bought, it was with a partner, but I paid cash for the property. I didn't get a loan, didn't get a hard money lender. I literally used my money that was in my savings account to buy a property and literally double, right, the money. So I put whatever into the property. I forget, this was years ago. I took the money in the bank, put it into a property, and that money I put into the property was my profit, and I doubled it. So literally, I think it was probably like 15 or 20 grand at the time. So I put 15 grand in, got 20 grand out, or more than doubled it. So I was able to basically take the money that I saved to invest into real estate flips to then usually get double what I put in out of the deal, if not more. And then I would take that money, put it back in the bank, take the money I made in profit, reinvest it into my business, and keep rinsing and repeating and rinsing and repeating. So the truth is, how do you pay cash for properties? You got to generate the cash, in my opinion, wholesaling or listing or whatever, novating. And then you want to save that money up for when you find a deal you don't want to wholesale because you can make a lot of money. You take that money and you put it into that property, right? And I'll just be completely transparent with you. This was in 2018 in Dallas, Texas. And I got to tell you, properties were super cheap. We were paying 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand for properties. So obviously it's not like I had $20 million sitting in the bank, but I had, 50, 60, 70 grand in the bank that I was able to deploy into deals. And the reason that money was in the bank is because I saved it up from wholesale deals. So here's an action item here. Start wholesaling, save your money, obviously easier said than done, and use that money over time that you saved to buy properties so you can multiply your capital. So hopefully you got value from this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. If you're interested in getting coached by me, go to bookacallwithgreg.com. If you're interested in learning how I can teach you how to do direct mail successfully, go to directmailclass.com. And lastly, if you're interested in JVing with me or selling me a deal, you got to be in one of my markets, which is the New York and Delaware. And if you're interested in that, send me an email, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. I'll see you on the next video.